Okay, so area and perimeter of a rectangle. We'll focus on the area to start with, and the area is the space inside the 2D shape. So if we were going to look how many squares, for example, would make up this shape 2 centimetres by 4, we could put that line in to split it into 2 and then split it into 4 and then see how many squares would make that shape. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can see there are 8 centimetre squares. So in the exam, if the squares are there, you can just answer them, or if not, you can imagine that they're there. However, there is a nice quick and easy formula you can use, which is just the base times the height. So without the picture, if you know the base is 4 and the height is 2, you can just do 4 times 2 to get you 8, and then just remember your units, centimetres squared. Now that's area. Perimeter, just as it suggests part in the title, perim, is all to do with the outside of the shape. So it's to do with the length, it's the total distance around the shape. So if we look at the perimeter of the shape now, we've got 2 centimetres, and then we've got 4 centimetres. If you carry on around the shape, you've then got another 2 centimetres, and then a final 4 centimetres. So if you imagine walking around the shape, it is purely counting the lengths, making sure you don't miss anything. So patiently, you've got 2 plus 4, which is 6, add on the 2 to give you 8, and then I'll add on that final 4 to give you 12 centimetres. Now it's just a length because it's the distance around the outside of the shape. Now, there would be more complicated exam style questions. So if we have a look at this one, you could be asked to work out either the area or the perimeter of this compound shape. So the easiest way you can do this style of question is to break it up for area if you are breaking it up into two shapes. So area to start with. You can put an A and a B just so you can focus on them separately if you want to draw separate diagrams to help with the picture. So if I draw A as a rectangle, just look at the diagram and see what lengths we can get from it. So we've got 4 centimetres on the top, so I can put that 4 centimetres on there. And if I look down the side of the shape, I actually don't know that length just yet. So I'm just going to go and work that out. I need to see where else I can get the length from. So if I can look on this side here, I can work out what length's missing. So I know that this part here, just down the side of the shape there, is 1 centimetre. And then the next part of that height, I can see a 3 centimetres there. And then the other part there is also another 3 centimetres. So I can work out the total of that length there. So 3 plus 3 plus 1 is giving me 7 centimetres for that total height. So 7 centimetres. Now I have that shape A, I can do the area of that shape. Base times height, 4 times 7, and that's going to give me 28 centimetres squared for that area. Now in the exam that'll be getting your marks. You can then go and have a look at the second shape. So have a look at shape B. Shape B is another rectangle, and let's have a look at what lengths we know. Now we know the base of that one. The base is 7 centimetres across there, so the base is 7 centimetres, and the height from the picture is 3. Now obviously in the exam you can draw on to make that clearer for yourself, and then you just need to finish that calculation off. So B is 7 times 3 to get you 21 centimetres squared. So I have area B and area A, which make the shape, so I now just need to add those two together. So 28 plus 21 to give you 49. And again, it's a combined area, and I need to have an area in answer, so it's the units 49 centimetres squared. Now, if we look at the perimeter of that shape, I'm going to have to quickly sketch it again. It's going to be a completely different answer because it's going around the total distance of the shape. So it's a rough sketch, but let's just pop the measurements back on. In the picture you were told 4 centimetres from there to there, the 1 centimetre on the side, the 3 on that side, the 7 there, and then a final 3 for there. So if we were doing the perimeter for that question, we would need to do the total distance around that shape. So you could pick a starting point. We could start at the top and go across there. We know that is 4 centimetres. Then we can go down the shape, which we know is 1, so we're going to add that on. Then we need to come across the top. Now if we look, that's parallel to the line below, so that's 7 centimetres. Always add it on in your diagram so you don't miss it out. So that's 7. Then we've got a 3. Then we need to come back across that 7, so adding on another 7. Then we need to come down a 3. Then we need to come across, find that length. If we look above, we know that's 4 centimetres, so that must be 4 centimetres. And then the final length, if we look up, if we remember, we calculated it from earlier, we know it was the 3 and the 1, making a 7 length there. So we need to add on that final 7. So in the exam, you just need to quickly calculate those up, take your time with it, but showing the working out's fab. And then if you do that, you should get a total perimeter of 36 centimetres. And again, remember, it's just the length in your answer.